life, and lots of valuable people are dead so neatly.
Well, yes, how has that fact affected you, that you survived and most people didn't?
Oh, you feel guilty terribly. Even when you had nothing to do with their demise, you feel guilty. That's why I said, for the longest time, I have assumed that I survive for a purpose, that I am to do something, create something, not for myself and my immediate family, but for humanity. I didn't have it, whatever it takes.
Well, you said in the very beginning that Hitler made you more Jewish.
Oh,
Could you
yes.
explain that a little bit?
Oh, yes. Because of my experiences, I am very cautious in my relation with non-Jews. Nobody ever again is going to discriminate against me. I would not allow it because I won't let anybody come that close to me. And I am comfortable with my own. I find rapport on intellectual level with some of them. I find a rapport in sense of humor. It differs, believe you me, it differs. In our activities, if something goes on in Israel, they are just as anxious as I am. And I'm comfortable with my own, that's all.
How would you suppose that all of this has affected how you were a mother, how you raised your kids, how your family has related?
In this, I don't think we were unique, but I believe we are a minority. I never talked to my children until they were of age about this period. And even that, very briefly, the first time, actually, my daughter, oldest daughter, found out what was going on when we took them after my middle daughter's wedding that took place in Jerusalem to Yad Vashem. And I couldn't take Yad Vashem. I just became hysterical. So, as a result, I went outside and she went with me, and she says, "Why didn't you tell me?" Yet I remember having been in Tel Aviv at the meeting of survivors and their kids. My children were not with me, and I had their teenagers saying to their parents, "Okay, this was your life, I'm sorry, but it's not my life and I don't want any part of it." So you cannot really please everybody. Different children react differently.
What would you want your kids and grandkids to understand about you that perhaps they don't well enough?
Sorry. I figure out I done my best. It might have been not the best, but the best I had to give. When this wasn't enough, it's just plain tough. Let them deal with their own problem as they see it fit. You have to let go of children. You have to let them live their life and grow up their way. They are not a property.
Also, you talked briefly about forgiveness earlier. You've been back to Europe since?
Yes, I don't go to Germany, I don't go to Austria. I have been through the entire Europe, practically, and stayed there at length. I mean at length. Week here, week there.
You've been to Poland also?
Yes, I have been in Poland not too long ago for the first time. And they didn't know that we speak Polish. And on one bench, two guys were sitting. And one shows the other something that he purchased on the market. And he says to him, and I bought it from a Jew, and I'm sure he Jew me out. I said, did you need it? In Polish. Then it was worth it whatever you paid. They were embarrassed.
What is your opinion about the remorse of Germans supposedly in recent years?
Maybe there is some, but I don't know. I cannot speak about this. I am not there. I haven't. I don't know. I have hard time believing that one's character, because you have to have it within you to be able to do such a thing, could change that much just through one generation. I don't know. I am neither wise enough nor experienced enough. As I said, I avoid going to those two countries. I had to be in Germany at one point, in Cologne. I was so nervous, my hands were going like this, and I was much younger, that we left for Amsterdam over a weekend, because Dan was supposed to see a lawyer. And I just couldn't take it, I'm sorry.
Is there anything else you'd like to add now before we move on?
I don't think so. Well,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Okay, getting up to speed here, and go ahead, Natalie, tell us who's in this picture.
Okay, this is my grandmother and her sister, and her name was Hannah Bakenroth, maiden name Borgman. This I don't know.
And taken what year? Wait, no,
Yeah,
we'll change the pictures each time.
So we'll just start this one over, and I have a note there for my editor. And go ahead and start with my grandmother on the left. Go ahead, please.
Okay, who's the lady on the left?
On the left, this is my grandmother, Hannah Bakenroth, maiden name Borgman, and her sister.
And taken about what year?
About 1918.
And where?
I think it's in Borislav. I am not in Drohobych. I am not quite. They're so close together.
And that's in Poland.
And in Poland.
Okay. What?
I'll tell you when, Natalie. And go ahead, tell us about this.
Who is this?
This is my mother, Maria Blum, maiden name Bakenroth. And she was approximately 15, 16 years old
What
at
year
the time.
taken?
I imagine about 1920.
And where would this have been taken?
This I don't know.
In Poland or what country?
No, it could have been in Sopron. She was still in school.
Okay.
to speed. Go ahead.
Okay, who are these people?
That's myself and my father in Tucson, Arizona.
Your name and his name?
My name is Natalie Hochman. His name is Paul Blum.
And about what year taken?
You just said it, I forgot.
55.
1955. Yeah.
All right.
Getting up to speed.
Okay. My father, Paul Bloom, and Maria Bloom, it must have been 1946
And where?
in Stuttgart, Germany.
Okay.
Good. Getting up to speed. And go ahead, Natalie, tell us about this photo.
It's my brother, Emil Bloom, and myself on a bicycle,
Your name?
Natalia Bloom Hochman.
And what year?
1934.
And where?
1930. In Sambor.
Poland.
Tell you when. Camera settings here. And go ahead, Natalie.
Okay, this is the picture of my daughter Anna and myself upon arrival in the United States in the docks. We came on General Muir, and when we came out, the photographers picked us to take this picture as a newcomer, DPs.
And what year?
1949, August.
Natalie, tell us who's in this picture.
Okay, on the left is my father.
Oh, no. We're talking about in the uniform.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, there you go.
I don't see anything
Yeah.
else in it. And go ahead, please.
This is my father as a young man in Austrian army, someplace in Hungary.
His name?
Paul Blum.
And about what year taken?
I think you guys decided on 1918.
Getting up to speed.
Okay, this is myself, Natalia Bloom Hochman, and Daniel Hochman in Stuttgart, 1947.
Good. Perfect. Up to speed.
Okay, that's my oldest daughter, Anna Hochman Monday. This is my middle daughter, June Ellen Hochman Dilewski. And this is my son, Jerome Hochman.
And about what year?
We have decided 1960.
And where?
Monte Vista, California.
Okay, that's good. Let me just roll a little bit more for the editor because you were pointing a little bit. And let me just roll this.
That's
They might not always
automatic.
Yeah, they may do things
Yeah.
in there. They may capture it and freeze it. And
Although Anna graduated in
get up to speed.
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is Dan Hochman, my husband of 53 years, and he is quite eloquent and will be able to speak for himself.
What would you like to say, Daniel?
I'd like to go back about 55 years to one day in the afternoon in the middle of the Holocaust period, 1942. I was sitting at an office preparing a report for my boss. In walks a beautiful young lady. An image of which you cannot portray right now with reference to that period, because there was no way you could see an image like that at that time. She was beautiful. She had a nice, neat dress. She had high heels. Her hair was done, and she stepped in and asked if she could use the telephone. Of course, she got permission to use the telephone, and I didn't hear what's being said, but I focused on her face, and her eyes told the story. To me, no matter what the outfit looked like, she was a Jewish girl. Her eyes were sad, Jewish eyes. And I just sat there and I said to myself, isn't it a shame that a beautiful shiksa like this doesn't have a chance to succeed because she's Jewish? And I hope things will work out for her. She left the office. 3 or 4 months later, I met her in the ghetto. And that was how we got to know each other. She doesn't remember me from that first incident at all, but I remember exactly what she was wearing. How
I
she
had
looked,
enough problems. I had to call somebody to tell them that I had to run away from my job because I was being blackmailed. So,
We can also continue this on your video, David.
Oh, yeah, to follow up, it follows with 52 years of marriage bliss, as you say. uh, we were very happy together, still are. And I think some of the experiences we went through during that period probably are factors in our being happy, because we don't take seriously any little things that may happen to upset our life if they're, of no consequence. We don't usually have arguments, and if we do one, I give in quickly. And that's the secret of our success. Finished.
Thank you.
oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Quite buy that last bit.